What's up, gang, and welcome back to another edition of Road Trippin' with the Rudes, the real review.
Hi guys, and if this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. If you've been riding with us all along, or if you joined us during Vlogmas, thank you so much. Please be sure to like this video, comment down below, and share. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Guys, if you missed it yesterday, today is yet another day of the Vlogmas after party.
Yeah.
And we are reviewing.
Ooh, yeah.
We are reviewing
Wonder Woman 84. That's why I got my little Macho Man glasses on, giving out 80s vibes. You feel me?
And I am trying to
dig it.
I'm trying to give you Linda Carter vibes with the gold and the red.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me too.
Shout out to Linda Carter being a trailblazer, being a Latina lead in a series.
Yeah. So, Wonder Woman 84, straight to HBO Max and the theaters at the same time.
What theaters are open? Comment down below, seriously, because I need to know.
Florida's open, bro.
Jeez. And I feel like Texas.
Yeah, Florida and Texas, they open.
Shout out to the traveling Texans. I feel like Texas just does its own thing too. They're staying home and staying safe, but those are the two states that do stand out to me. Comment down below if there are open movie theaters around you and what your comfort level is with that.
You already know ours.
Right. So I will say this. If this is your first time tuning in to a real review, we do not discuss with each other how we feel about the movie. And this was probably the hardest, like, to watch it with him, to not react, and then to, like, be quiet until it was time to film. It super hard. Like, even, I received text messages from people like, hey, did you see it yet? And I'm like, I can't, because I want to be able to talk with Corey and the crew first, but
it was trash.
Let me just say this, okay?
No more to talk about.
Let me just say this.
We ain't got to overtalk it, babe.
No. Listen, I remember the series. I remember the Wonder Woman series. So when, you know that saying, so-and-so crawled so that so-and-so could walk, or so-and-so walked so that so-and-so could run.
Mm-hmm.
Linda Carter did not hop into her invisible airplane week in and week out for 4 years for waiting for Gal Gadot to do what she did. This was not one of those scenarios.
It wasn't even her. The writing was terrible. They thought they could overcome terrible writing with great actors. Pedro Pascal is like, I left the Mandalorian set for this.
So here's the thing, right? After Grogu left you, did things deteriorate that quickly?
But listen, Kristen Wiig, they did a great acting job. Terrible writing.
Guys, I was rooting for this movie. And let me say, if they had the same energy that was displayed in the trailer, I would have been all in. Patty Jenkins was one to watch because she is, one of, if not the first, female to direct a superhero movie.
Oh, okay.
So, I wanted that win. I know that Ava DuVernay is in talks for directing some stuff, and
put y'all behind the 8 ball with this one.
Let's get into it just really quick. The scene where Diana, aka Wonder Woman, is a child was amazing.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder, did they record that? Did they film that pre-pandemic? And then had a bunch of substitute teachers for the rest of them? I don't know. Because I don't know how you go from that part, which was a great opener, and you were like, okay, what's going on now? To the mall scene, which was amazing for everything but the acting.
So that was one of my bright
That was
spots.
my bright spot, because when's the last time you seen Chess King?
Yeah.
And
Walden Books.
And The Great Cookie.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at everything in the background. Wasn't paying attention to none of the fight.
I was looking at clothes that I absolutely had. Shout out to the parachute skirts. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's so funny because, like, our kids aren't going to understand the true mall experience of being dropped off.
Right.
And, like, literally just milling around the mall for hours.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it was crazy. The detail was crazy. So it took place in DC, but it could have been any mall, anywhere in America
I was in the arcade.
So that was another thing. I loved looking at the arcade. I loved everything about that scene. Okay, let's just say we are a little biased. We are Team Marvel. And I will say it's because of Stan Lee. And Jack Kirby, and you know the stories, you know the history, you know that when Stan Lee, was working on Magneto, it was during the civil rights movement, and he equated him to Malcolm X, and Professor Xavier to MLK, and so many characters that were groundbreaking. First lesbian character, first black lead, aka Black Panther, which got the name from the Black Panther Party. Do you know any facts about DC?
No, not really. Except for Superman's overpowered. And Batman is my guy.
Okay, but there's not a vested interest in the backstory.
So that's the thing, right? With Marvel, you are more interested in the characters, right? You don't care about an alien from whatever planet that has all these superpowers and you can't beat them. But you are more invested in Batman because his parents got killed. He got a backstory. You know what I'm saying?
So I will say this. Batman will always be a guy because I will not, and comment down below if you have, I will not look back at the old Batmans because I don't want to be scarred. But, like, I remember the Michael Keaton Batman and how exciting that was. And the Danny DeVito Penguin and Mr. Freeze, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Ivy by Uma Thurman. I remember that. And then I remember Dark Knight being next level, and you were just like, oh, this is...
They had it.
Mind blown. And then you saw Heath Ledger as Joker, and I don't know about you, I couldn't sleep for nights.
They had it in the bag.
And...
that was my favorite movie.
What happened, DC?
Well, they went the PG route. They should have kept it dark.
I don't know.
Yeah, they trying to go the Disney route, and it just doesn't work. You gotta stay dark.
I will also say this, too. I remember Marvel Comics growing up. I don't remember reading DC Comics.
After watching that movie, I thought about that, too. I'm like, what DC comic books did I even have?
And I don't know what they have now. Like, now, Ella could read Black Panther written by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Like, so there's this... if you're not a movie person, you still have the comics. If you're not a comic person, you have the movie. If you geek out on all of it, you have all of it.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I'm not a DC buff. I got a couple characters, but other than that, it's only really Batman.
And I like that movie with Harley Quinn and Will Smith. I watched it once, and it wasn't appalling. This.
I haven't watched the most recent Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Haven't seen that. Heard good reviews, but I'm just not interested. You know why I'm not interested?
They don't have any good storylines. There's no arc. There's no connection.
That is it. It don't connect. The movies don't connect. Where Marvel movies, they all connect to each other. If they would start connecting their movies, then maybe I could deal with it. But Why am I watching the Joker when
Connecting
that
their
Joker
movies,
has nothing to do with
connecting their
Batman?
movies, and they're all trash. Guys, if you've ever had children or ever babysat, remember the diaper genie? Like, you'd put one diaper in and you'd turn it closed and then you'd put another diaper in. You see, that's the connecting that they'd be doing. They'd be doing the diaper genie, full dirty diaper trash line.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. This was one for me that I fell asleep on. We had to watch it twice. And it was my fault. Because once her love interest was in another body,
well,
posse out.
First of all,
Pedro wasn't even like, he was so cheesy.
Everybody knows the rules. You can't wish yourself to be the object you're trying to.
Hello?
Like, everybody knows that.
Just ask Jafar. Just ask, rub a lamp and ask Jafar. I think
my man actually wished to become the wishing rock.
I think what was
believe that.
What was so hurtful for us is that we've seen Pedro in Narcos. We've seen him in Mandalorian.
Hell, we seen him in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Well, he's now in that movie on Netflix that Ella likes. Anyone could be a hero. Yeah. We can all be heroes. I'm
not cool. I'm not cool with this.
And
movie.
Kristen Wiig,
she did a great job. Listen, the acting wasn't even terrible. It was the story for me. It's not a Wonder Woman story. It's more about Diana than it is Wonder Woman. It
was so bizarre that, let me tell you, I
really don't care about Diana.
I thought about this. I thought, okay, did they like edit it so crazy that the actors are looking like, you know how like somebody does like an interview and they're like, that's not what I said, or that was taken out of context.
Yeah.
I'm like, did they take the whole movie out of context? And these poor guys now have to deal with this.
I don't know.
Here's the thing that blows my mind.
First of all, okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Record-breaking sales.
On what?
WW84 did set a record, and it opens up to 16.7 million, a box office record during the pandemic.
Oh, that ain't saying nothing.
Hold on.
That's a made-up record.
Hold on. Considering that we had Soul during a pandemic, considering that we had Mulan during a
Soul
pandemic.
didn't go to the theaters, so you can't use those box office numbers against Soul. Soul didn't go to the theaters. Wonder Woman's the only thing that went to the theaters, so of course it's going to make money.
I think other ones did, Corey. Comment down below if they did. But here's the problem. This is the problem, right? Thanks to the performance, they've green-lighted part 3.
Well, I knew that was coming.
I'm furious.
Listen.
I'm furious.
Part 1 was great. That was the anticipation to this one. Like, part 1 was a great movie. It was actually a sleeper. Nobody was checking for Wonder Woman's movie, and then
the first one was good. The first one was good. So good that Ella loves, like, the Target does these, like, dresses that are not costumey, but they're like, you could wear them every day, you know?
Like Bounds, almost.
Almost like Bounds, yes, but a little more childlike.
Mm-hmm.
And we were looking for one for Wonder Woman because we just knew, looking at the preview, we knew Ella was going to connect with this and this was just going to be a good thing. I have the receipts for the shirt that we got for Wonder Woman. We're taking it back. I'm pretty sure. This was horrible. Do you think that there's a chance to have a Hulk-like redemption? Do you remember before Ruffalo?
Yeah. I don't know. I doubt it. Get rid of the whole character.
The thing is that Gal Gadot is gorgeous, right?
She does a great job.
And if you...
I'm not blaming the actors.
Yeah, because if you're looking at... For me, Linda Carter was like... You know, she was goals. I was little. She was great. And she was a superhero. And she was no Evel Knievel, which was... I thought I was Evel Knievel at one point in my life. I jumped on every piece of furniture. And then I just transitioned smoothly into Jimmy Fly Snuka. Shout out to headboards and everything else that I jumped on. But they had this moment and they blew it. And I'm just angry. I really am.
Yeah. 2.5 hours I can't get back. Why was it so long anyway? That first hour, they could have threw that whole first hour away.
No, they could have kept them all. So here's the thing. You could have had the childhood scene, the mall, and the end credit. And everything else could have just gone away.
The fight scene was good at the little power plant, the Hoover Dam or whatever it was. Nicole don't even remember. But that was okay. I'm cool, man. It was really disappointing for me. I mean, I ain't really had no expectations, but woo, that was hard to watch.
It was like drinking a milkshake with glass shards in it.
It was like drinking a milkshake through a skinny straw.
No.
For real.
And in okay, here's the thing. How did a series that ran from 75 to 79 feel more believable to me than a movie in 2020? And no, I will not go back to it. And in the same light of I cannot go back to Lou Ferrigno's Hulk because that will scar me for life.
And they tried to change the what's her name?
What?
They tried to change the way she flies. Like that. I'm like, come on, bro. It's an invincible plane. She ain't really just out there.
Listen. It was so annoying.
Superman flying.
It was so annoying. Like I said, I won't go back to, the original Wonder Woman, but I knew how I felt. And the reason why I won't go back, and I won't go back to Lou Ferrigno's Hulk, is because I went back to Land of the Lost once. And I've never recovered. I thought they were living with dinosaurs.
Labyrinth. Yeah.
Labyrinth. Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, because first of all, if the babe with the power of voodoo, hoodoo, you do, the power of the babe looks fake, I'm going to need meds, guys.
No, that was over. Yeah.
And I don't understand why was it 2.5 hours?
That is beyond me.
Here's an idea, DC. Just because we're all home doesn't mean we're available for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Be good stewards of our time.
Nah, listen. If that was the only movie I had to watch in quarantine, I wouldn't have watched it. I wouldn't watch it.
I would rather watch knitting tutorials.
I'm mad I watched this. I'm mad I watched it.
You know what, guys? If you have not seen the movie and you've tuned into our review, thank you so much. And just because we care about you so much and you tuned in, don't do it.
We saved you 2.5 hours.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. If you watch the movie and you don't agree with this review, please shed light. Because I really wanted to root for this. So if you have some insight that I don't know what other movies Peggy Jenkins has directed.
She first and her last.
It's hard, right? Because when you're the first to do something and you're like one of the first females, unfortunately, whether or not you want to, you've become the representative of everyone that has a uterus, okay? You become a representative. If I say something, I'm suddenly a representative of everyone black. That just happens. So for her to waste her shot, shout out to Hamilton.
The climax to the movie was so melodramatic. Like, there was no climax to the movie. Nothing. The stakes weren't high. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a post-Infinity War superhero movie era, the stakes just wasn't high enough.
Every Marvel movie leaves you with something. So you left Guardians of the Galaxy and you automatically wanted to find the playlist. Yeah. You left Infinity War and you wanted to curl up into a ball until Endgame came out.
Yeah.
You left Black Panther just invigorated. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't think of any other movies that you left Iron Man. You brag different when you watch Iron Man.
Yo, you know what though? This is where I'm gonna leave it at, and I ain't gonna say nothing else. I choose Captain Marvel over that Wonder Woman, bro.
You know what
I
else?
choose Captain Marvel.
This is also just a matter of bad timing because we had watched The Rise of the Dark Phoenix the day before. So, you know, a female-led Marvel X-Men movie that was amazing.
And the kicker is that was Fox. That wasn't even Disney.
So, guys,
they blew it. Where can you go from there? They ain't have nobody. They could have at least had a cameo from another superhero. You needed help. She needed some help in this joint.
I don't know. Obviously, you know, we're not screenwriters, and but I always wonder.
We should be.
I wonder. I wonder when someone hands you a script. Are there? I mean, do they take away so much of it that it wasn't what you originally signed up for? Because I can't. Looking at the cast, I can't imagine their agents being like, "Oh, this is a good move."
I know.
It was just bad. I don't even know how they're going to do a part 3, but clearly they have a part 3 in the works already.
What was the point?
What was Kristen Wiig's character, Cheetah?
The cheetah.
They mismanaged that. I don't know. I first of all, the Marvel villains just have so much depth to them. It was just.
Let's keep it real. You only really know Batman's villains.
Well, so here's the thing. How do you go from somebody with such a deep, dark, murky story like the Joker, and then you give us the Cheetah? Like, did you insult our intelligence?
Mm-hmm. Maybe they
guys, let me tell you
something.
something.
Leads, man.
Listen, I'm the mother of a 17-year-old, and I've never had my intelligence insulted so bad in my life. And anybody that knows teens knows they think they know everything. This was horrible. I'm not giving it any tire tracks.
Me either.
I am. I'm sending it to AAA, and I'm just forgetting about it. Okay, I am putting it on a ferry to go somewhere that I'm not going. I checked the car into the ferry. It has floated off, and I am going about my day. WW84 was not what we needed this year. In fact, it is not what any year needs. And 1984 should be very upset that they even used it year.
Yeah, 1984 called and mad as hell.
Right. And you know what? That's it, guys. Comment down below if you disagree or if you have an insight or if there's something that we missed.
I'm glad I wasn't born in 84. I'd be hot.
I didn't even look for Easter eggs. You know why? Because it was scrambled eggs. This whole thing was a wash. I just didn't. So comment down below. Really interested to see what everyone thinks. If you did not watch it, do not watch it. Step away from HBO Max. Choose another show, another movie.
Big time.
Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are not doing so already, please be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Pinterest, Road Trippin' with the Rudes, and also our website, roadtrippinwiththerudes.com. If you are on Twitter, it is Road Rudes. That's it, guys. See you guys tomorrow for some more of the after party. And until the next time,
keep tripping.
Bye, guys.